Welcome to the Existential Man Podcast, a show that explores the unique challenges men face today. From navigating relationships to understanding the workplace, finances, mental health, and beyond, our mission is to provide an open forum to discuss these issues and to offer advice on how to better address them. We'll be featuring conversations with people from all walks of life, from experts in the fields of psychology, sociology, and other disciplines to everyday men who have faced and overcome their own struggles. We'll dive into the issues that have become part of the cultural landscape and work together to build a better version of you tomorrow. So sit back, buckle up, listen close, and let's go. What is going on, guys? This is Matt with the Existential Man Podcast, and thanks for joining us for another episode. We got a great show for you today. I've got a very special guest, a close friend of mine, Kareem Banks. Kareem, welcome to the show, and thanks for joining me. What's going on, man?
Going on, bro? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you're a veteran, you're a father, you're a husband. So, what do you want to dive into today, man?
But yeah, dad, veteran, all of the rest, man. It's just life, you know. I'm a student of it. That's it. But yeah, on these walks of life, I've become a dad. It's like the craziest thing in the world. Like, for real, man. Just watching your kids and watching them become little versions of you. Slanted, like just slanted and like so much better than you.
Like, that's the hope, anyway.
For
right?
real, no, they are. It's crazy, but yeah, military stuff is you know what it is. You live that life.
Oh yeah. I think a lot of people that have understand some of the nuances that come along with that shit.
Yeah, but for those that don't, it's a different life.
Yeah. I always laugh, man, when I talk to people that have never been in the military and they just don't understand. Like, there's just complete broad misunderstanding of what military life entails and all the things that go into it. So,
yeah. I mean, you got popular culture shaping your generalized ideas of things.
True,
so,
very true. I mean, you see movies and TV shows about military units, but you don't understand the day-to-day life.
Yep.
Did you ever
the
see
monotony,
right?
The garrison,
right. The same thing over and over. Did you ever see that show? I want to say it was called Enlisted, and they only did it for like one season. And it was on one of the streaming apps. It wasn't even like regular TV, but all it did was it focused on this one unit that was a rear D unit, and it was just all the shenanigans and all the bullshit that they got into, and all the stupid stuff that came down, like mopping the rain.
No, but I might have to do a YouTube search for that.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I think it was only like 6 or 7 episodes, and it was like less than one full season. But man, I think it was like my first year in. I had just gotten back from my first tour in Afghanistan, and I saw that shit, and I was just like, that is hilarious, because that is exactly how rear D or red cycle is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. But yeah,
our 1% audience that knows that,
right, the 1%, man, the 1%, dude, crazy. Hey, bro, what do you think about the Super Bowl?
It was amazing.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
You were going for the Chiefs on that one.
I was.
Yeah.
I was rooting for both. Honestly, I just thought the Eagles were a better team, but Mahomes magic, bro.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
It was a great game with the fact that it came down to the last few minutes it literally came down to essentially the last play of the game.
Yeah,
decide
we talked about it. I told you I hated that call happened. And I was like, the only reason I hated it is because I knew everyone would talk about it.
Right, because that's the only topic, right?
About it, yeah. Like, I was like, damn the other drives that just happened. Like, everything that happened to that point, like,
yeah,
that one call happened, so it's going to be that for the whole game. Like,
right. And everybody, and that's going to be, if you're an Eagles fan, that's going to be the excuse. Mm-hmm. And if you're a Chiefs fan, you don't give a damn. You don't care. Your argument is it happened, which
punt return, fumble,
right?
All over. Like, I did no.
Yeah,
I saw too much. There was too many other things that happened.
Well, and even if you look at the stats, like if you compare the quarterbacks, what's the one major difference between the two that in their gameplay for the game?
Oh,
the one standout difference.
What do you mean?
Turnover differential.
Oh, whoa.
Jalen Hurts had a turnover because he fumbled.
Oh, I mean,
Patrick Mahomes did not.
for that game, bro.
I understand that, but that's what I'm saying is like, even if you go down to that, like if you look at statistically teams that win over teams that lose, is turnover differential is one of the biggest factors.
Yeah.
And even still, the Eagles did phenomenal considering that they had the one turnover and the Chiefs didn't.
Yeah, no, he played his ass off. Jalen, he played like he was the best player on the field. He just was. He just was. But that turnover was costly because Mahomes ain't gonna make a mistake. So,
no. I mean, he's too consistent for it. So, man, dude, that was a good game to watch, man. And like I said, I was glad that it came down to what it came down to, in terms of just quality of game. So,
were you watching the stands?
No.
We're on Celebrity Watch.
I
was I was laughing. I saw a clip of Adele shushing fans.
Oh yeah,
that was hilarious.
Was it?
Yeah,
was she going for the Chiefs?
Yeah, no. They were shushing fans so she could hear Rihanna.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that was hilarious.
Did you like the halftime show?
It was dope as hell.
Yeah,
it was probably the dopest baby reveal ever.
Yeah,
that's fly as hell.
Yeah, it was cool, man.
I just came out here to show you my baby and tell you I'm not making music no more.
Right.
Like that's
right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think they really did it up with just the show in general. But I gotta ask, man, what the hell were the people in white wearing? What were they?
Yo,
what were they supposed to be?
I'm gonna tell you straight up, I'm not the fashion expert. So I wear lumberjacks and sweatpants a lot, bro.
Hey man,
and I work,
I'm good with that. But
hey, man.
I'm looking at them like, what are they supposed to be? Like mini Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? Like, what?
Bro, you see like people be wearing like these big clown boots now.
Oh yeah.
You said I mean I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't ask questions.
Fair point.
I'll leave it alone.
Yeah, that's fair, man. But no, I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad that happened, and Rihanna had a good show.
Oh yeah.
Kind of a
lot of hits.
Yeah, a lot of hits. Well, and it was great how they put it all together. Just that whole medley, just moving from one to the next to the next to the next to the next.
The whole storyline.
Yeah,
I like it. I enjoy. I saw a little breakdown. I don't know. I can't plug her. Some girl on TikTok. She was like. I don't know. I guess the New York Times wrote a post about her.
Yeah,
and was like, "Hey, the storyline for like the timeline. I guess the music inserts or whatever. It had no real storyline to it, and this girl just broke it down like bit by bit by bit. Like, oh, this is the intro, the toxic love. We had a baby. This is like forever.
Yeah.
Diamonds are forever. It's like." I was like, damn, like I didn't get none of that, but that's pretty dope that she broke it down like that. Like,
I mean, if you can,
that you could do that with your music, and you could do it with hits, not even just like this is album cuts that tell this story. This is a bunch of hits that I mapped out to tell this crazy story.
Yeah,
at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, at the Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what a way to do it, man. Yeah, it was. I caught a fair good bit of the halftime show, and I was pretty impressed. I didn't see the whole thing, but she sounded good. She looked good. The outfits were a little off, but it's whatever. Like sometimes, I mean,
baggy clothes. Hey man, it might have been like a paternity line. You never know.
It could be.
I'm not paternity.
Maternity
line. Yeah.
It could be. I mean, and I'm not even talking about her outfit. I'm talking about like all the dancers and whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, the whole thing. Yeah, like everything. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, that was the only part of it that I was just like, what are they like? It threw me off for a second. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it was just an aesthetics thing for me. But yeah, man. So that was kind of the good news of the weekend, I guess, if you're a Chiefs fan or a fan of Rihanna. But man, what a freaking tragedy at Michigan State, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
talking about current events.
Yeah.
To follow that up the next day.
Yeah. Well, and it was it even the next day? Like what? I thought it happened kind of like overnight.
13th.
Yeah.
I mean, 13th.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, let's see. What is it? 3 dead?
I don't want to.
Yeah. Golly, man. I was thinking about it. I was reading a little bit this morning
I'm gonna get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the mass shooter in Michigan State University in East Lansing killed 3 students and injured 5 others. The gunman later killed himself.
Yeah. So it was a mass shooting and suicide all in one.
I'm not gonna say the dude's name, but he was 43 years old.
What the hell was he doing?
I don't know. This dude was just troubled, man.
Was he a student?
That's a straight mental health thing. Was not a student. Had no connection to the university whatsoever.
No, and they don't have a motive yet.
No,
still,
nothing. Just a straight. Nope. Dude's father said he had been going through difficult times since the death of his mother. He had a stroke in 2020, and said he just started to get evil and mean, and he didn't care about anything anymore. So, yeah, who knows what that means? But yeah, dude did some evil shit, yo.
Yeah, it's crazy because, like, well, even today I was watching some just discussions on. I was watching some discussions on like just. Well, initially it started off as gun control, and then it kind of went into like, obviously we have a mental health epidemic, especially amongst because of the areas that I focus on. It's mental health issues amongst veterans and public health officials, public service, first responders, things of that sort. And I've gone through my own bouts of it, and the I think for me, like, I've been in dark places, but it comes down to that self-awareness, and being able to kind of look at the man in the mirror and see where you're at and realize, look, man, like, I'm in a dark spot. I got to ask for help, and realizing that it's okay to do so. But a lot of that comes back down to that self-reflection, that self-awareness. I mean, like, what do you do for that? Yeah.
For me?
Yeah.
Bro, I self-analyze all the time, man. I think that's just like, that's drag over from the military life.
Yeah.
Definitely drag over from the military life. But like, it is, we had to do everything right all the time.
Yeah.
Like, and then you
constantly under a microscope.
Yeah, you just figure out a way to just break yourself into doing it right the first time, every time.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you break yourself into that, it's just like, I'm just this way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to explain it, but this is what it is. It's a mental, like, I get myself there.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, no. And then, I mean, you roll from, like, self-aware. Like, self-awareness is deep, bro. Like, just in and of itself, like, just not even figuring out, like, how to get things done.
Yeah.
Just by yourself, you know what I mean? But figuring out who you are in yourself.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Okay.
But
yeah, I think it's multifaceted too, because like
mental, physical, all that.
Yeah.
I'm saying like all that.
Yeah. And the what's the brain body connection, and how, like, just understanding how your emotions can actually negatively affect your physical health. Like, when you can start to get to that point, which I'm getting to that point now, where I'm really kind of delving into that research and understanding how sometimes, like, the chemical or the emotional imbalances that we deal with as humans really can affect how we come across and how we show up in the world. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So
for sure, I actually think it's not just the military stuff, but it's probably like it being a New Yorker as well. I mean, like, this is what it is. But we grow to be like really direct and straightforward.
Yeah.
So like, and you kind of gain some self-awareness about that, and like just from just being honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just you got to look in the mirror and tell yourself the truth. Like, I got a big nose and some little ears, and that's kind of weird. It's a weird match, but my head makes it work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just works out. But like, you get, that's another part of goddamn self-awareness, and it kind of gets you used to being honest and working with people that are honest, and recognizing people that are honest too.
Yeah. You know, and that's a big thing too, is like, I've noticed in this world of, I don't know, maybe it's just me just overanalyzing the society, but I feel like there's too many people that are too afraid to hurt feelings anymore, that they don't they won't tell you the truth. And I've found myself offending people by just being blatantly and bluntly honest to a
and being
fault.
a dick. And being a dick.
And being a dick. And being a dick.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, like, I don't, if you ask me a question, I'm going to give you an answer. And that's kind of how I feel. And I would expect the same. And you and I have been friends long enough. Like, I expect the same from you. And you tell me when I'm fucked up. Like, it's fine. And I think it's important to have friends like that, because even in the process of self-reflection, like one of the big things is understanding where you are and who you are and how you want to show up in the world, and how some of those deficiencies in your own personal, well-being, mental, physical, whatever, can manifest themselves in your daily life. But also how those people around you show up for you to help guide that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
So having people around that are capable of being honest and open and all that, I think is just as important as you being honest with yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's I think it's more when I was saying like it helps you recognize people that like it's more in like, right, like when you readily like recognize the things that are inside of you and other people, it's like a joy that comes in that,
Yeah.
Like for real, like being like, in all honesty, like that. I think that's like damn near attraction, but like just there's a joy in like meeting people like that's literally like,
Yeah.
like
there's almost like a instant kind of connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Kindred spirits, man. Kindred spirits.
Yeah. Somebody when you could tell somebody the truth about them and they don't crack or like cry.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, dope, cool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I mean, you can be real with them.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So like, in your opinion, okay, so obviously we're talking about how that kind of manifests itself into like relationships and stuff like that. Like, do you find yourself like have your version of honesty? Do you find that to be helpful or detrimental in your relationships with like your spouse and your friends and your family and all that kind of stuff?
That's a multifaceted question.
I know.
So in relationships, in general, let's say past relationships, right? No, for the most part, but a lot of them weren't really healthy relationships.
Yeah.
But in relationships with friends and associates and just general people, excellent.
Yeah.
Current relationship, rocky. But I mean, like it's a that's like the give and take. It's a toss up. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I mean, like being married is like just a constant fight in and of itself. So it just is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I can't really say, I can't judge a past relationship off of today because I wasn't what I am today.
Right. You weren't the same person.
Yeah. So, I mean, but even when I wasn't fucked up, I wasn't dishonest, I still wouldn't judge that off based me today.
Yeah.
I mean, today's mine off on that, it's just different.
Yeah.
It'd just be different. It's just like, we live like a million lives, bro.
Yeah.
We've lived a million lives.
Yeah.
Like, travel the country, or travel the world. Travel the country, travel the world. You just go different places. You live different lives.
Oh yeah.
You become a totally different person in some places. This is what it is.
Yeah.
Or some respects.
Sure.
Really
well, I mean, a lot of it comes down to adapting to your surroundings and trying to, I guess, for a lack of a better term, is assimilate yourself into whatever situation you're in.
Yep, you could be drag racing little racer cars in New York, or you could be riding motorcycles in California, or you could be, what I mean, doing donuts on RTVs in Texas. Like, and it's a different group of people in every one of those crowds, and you're a totally different person with each person. You know what I mean? Like, this is what it is.
Yeah. And I think there's a slight version of a chameleon, if you will, in all of us.
For real.
But I think.
I mean, not really a chameleon. You're still you. You just find a way to, if you can, because not a lot of people do. I mean, there's a lot of closed off people.
Yeah.
I think it's just the open minded that are more that are like that, but there are people that are just closed up. Like, no, I'll never do that. And I don't really understand that. It's like, I'd at least try it to figure out if I like it or not.
Right.
Or I'd at least get close enough to fucking see.
Right.
Like, but yeah, I'm pretty open-minded. So yeah, I say that. But there's a lot of people like, I know you've been places somewhere in the world and you like, hey, let's go try this. Let's go check this out. And there was somebody that just wasn't down.
Yeah.
Like, there's just people like that.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes somebody's not going to be down.
Yeah. Road to Spain was a perfect example. It's a great opportunity to get out somewhere where you're never probably going to have the opportunity to go again. Or if you are, it's going to be so far and few between. Yeah, so you get out and you explore the local area. You meet people. You talk to people. You try and have a conversation with the local. And obviously there's a language barrier, but it's just getting out. I mean, like that's just one example. Yeah. But yeah, we had guys that stayed back in the hotel. They were like, nope, I'm good. I'll just eat in a hotel bar. And
they were self-aware. They were like, I'm going to stay in the room and play Xbox.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, I mean, it takes all kinds, it takes all kinds to make the world go round, but,
true.
But, I think having that ability to be open to new opportunities and new experiences, the only thing it does is broaden you as an individual.
Yeah. Yeah. And but that's why it works better in relationships other than significant other.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, definitely.
I can see where that could lead itself to some problem.
Yeah,
in that type of relationship, you know what I mean?
Everybody seeks for that understanding, but everybody still has feelings.
Sure.
Like everybody softens. Everyone runs around saying like, "Oh, I'm real. We can be totally honest with my significant other. We're totally honest back and forth." This and that. Like everybody softens the blow for real.
Yeah,
it just is what it is. Everyone softens the blow.
Mm-hmm.
And in your way,
right?
It's your way. You know how it is. You like in your mind. You might not express that or make it seem like that way if someone was like actually watching. If you're that kind of person, I guess.
Yeah.
But nah, everybody softens the blow.
Yeah.
Women do it less than men do. They be cutting deep, bro. They be cutting deep.
Well, look, man.
I'm not picking though.
Well, but let's be real. Like I'm just as much a victim of the words as weapons as any other man that I've ever talked to.
Yeah,
and that's the thing is like, what's that?
I said we be getting it.
Yeah,
but they think we shitty too. So it just
probably in our own way we are, but we don't. It's kind of like we don't see it. We don't see it the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things that,
That's why we're here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we're here. Exactly. That's why we're here on this podcast talking about all the differences and all the shit. But
to help. We're here to help.
Yes, exactly. Well, but yeah, yes, we are here to help, but part of that is identifying what is known issue. You know what I mean? So, if you don't
identify the problem,
identify the problem, we can't fix it. If we don't identify it, we can't fix it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, man. So what else is going on? What else we got here?
You tell me, man.
All right. Boundaries.
What about them?
Speak.
I have none.
What's that?
I have none.
You have none?
I have none. Well, yeah, of course I do. Come on. Knock it out. Knock it off, man. We all have boundaries.
Yeah.
Well, what are yours, guy? You asking all these questions? Yeah.
So, essentially, like when it comes to, are you talking about like relationships?
Yeah. You tell me. You opened this.
I know.
Broad ass question about boundaries.
I know boundaries. I'm talking about like setting boundaries. You know what I mean? Like, hey, this is
in relationships or in real life. In real life, I don't have many boundaries. It's just respect.
I don't either.
Whatever you don't want, don't do it to me.
Yeah, and and when it comes to just people in general, I'm the same way. It's like, hey, look, man, like I wouldn't expect this from you.
Yeah. But I'm like damn near exactly the same in relationships outside of, everybody's got cardinal rules.
Yeah.
Don't cheat on me. Don't fucking lie to me. That's
Yeah.
like lying is like my biggest thing, but everyone lies. So it's like, I'm just constantly frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you though?
Yeah. Hardly.
No.
No. Hardly. Like really hardly.
Yeah.
Like my kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's breaking, not saving their hearts.
Yeah.
That's it. But like outside of that, no. Not
Yeah.
really. It's probably like it's like my greatest trait that people like about me, and it's also my worst trait.
Because you're honest to a fault.
Yeah.
I am too. I think I'm probably when I speak the truth. But there are times where I choose not to speak because I like, to me it's one of those situations like pick your battles. You know what I mean?
I do that in relationships.
Yeah.
I mean, I did that in relationships.
Yeah.
I would pick my battles by starting with, do you want to know? That's it. I mean, do you want to know the answer?
Yeah.
I would something like that. You know what I mean? But in real life, it just kind of flies, bro. I broke myself like through relationships. Again, in real life, everything about me has been learned through relationships with women. Or in real life, just with women in general.
And probably
like
hard lessons learned at that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's how I learned best.
The hardest lessons.
Hard and painful lessons. I don't learn from anybody else's bullshit. I have to go through it myself, man. I got to walk through the fire to get burned.
Straight pain. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it solidifies it. I mean, when you go through some shit like that
yeah, you got to get the message.
Yeah, like, I know for a fact there's some shit that I will never do again, and there's some shit that I will never put up with again because I done put up with it or dealt with it or did it myself.
Yeah.
Where it caused enough pain where it's like, yeah, that ain't happening. We'll not do that again. But ultimately, going back to like the boundaries and stuff like that, it's just, I think, and speaking that too, it's like there are things that I choose not to say because I think that for one of two reasons. Either I still need time to process like how I really feel about it, which.
Give me a specific one. Give me a real one.
Okay.
Like some old shit. Nothing racing.
So, I before I met my wife, I was dating this girl, and we had a kind of a weird pseudo long distance. It wasn't really long distance, but like she lived a couple hours away. Not long distance, but I mean, like we didn't live in the same city. She lived a couple hours away, so it was always like a little bit of a thing to try and make time and get together. So it was usually on the weekends or like on if she had a couple days off or whatever, she'd come down or whatever.
Right.
And we were kind of in this fight. It wasn't even really a fight. It was just a disagreement about certain things and just timing I'll be honest with you, like I don't remember the very specifics of the argument, but she decided she was going to go back and stay at home when she was supposed to be down visiting me, and I was like, you know what, you do what you got to do. But when you come back into town, let me know. We'll sit down. We'll talk. I'm not going to do this over the phone. I don't want to do it over the phone. I don't want to do it over a text message because too much gets lost in translation. Like I would like just sit down and have a conversation with you. And mind you, I'm like 23 at the time, 22, 23.
Oh, you a simp.
What?
You are a simp, man, for sure.
Why you say that?
You were 23. She wouldn't. I wouldn't even. I just went outside. What are you talking about?
Oh, you talking about going find somebody else?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, yes, you know what? Full honesty, like at the time, yeah, it was. I think it was. So ultimately, what ended up happening. Hold on, we'll get to this.
Okay, all right.
We got finished. So ultimately, what ended up happening is, I can't ever confirm this because I got conflicting stories from people that may or may not have been there, but she comes down to visit. But she brings her baby's dad with her. And some shit ended up going down from what I understood between the two of them while she's texting me trying to figure out when to get up with me. And I think she wasn't planning on me responding in the timely fashion that I did. And I ended up showing up to her local place like right after maybe the deed was done and dude had left.
Oh, that's nasty.
And I walked in and like there's handcuffs hanging from the bed and it stinks and it's fucking, you know that smell.
Did you do it?
What? Hell no.
Oh, okay. Right.
Nah. I walked in and I was like, and I looked at her.
You're a better 23-year-old than me.
Yeah,
I would have just wore a condom.
I looked at her and I was like, what the fuck I was like, what the fuck is going on? And she looked at me, she goes, why are you coming in here with an attitude? And I'm like, if you walked into my room looking like this and smelling like this, do you not think you would come in with an attitude? You probably walk in and walk your ass right back out. I'm at least addressing the elephant in the room. And she's like, I don't know what you want me to say. And I was like, you know what? That's enough. That's it. I'm good. So I walked out the house and I drove back home and that was it. Like I never talked to that bitch again.
So were you fine being number one?
What do you mean?
Would you be fine if you were first?
Well, I was first until we had our argument, at least to the best of my knowledge.
No, I mean like if you were the first guy there.
Oh hell no. No, I don't share, dude. I don't share well. I don't share at all.
I'll just mess with you.
No, I get it. No. No, I would not. I wouldn't be the first one to ride that bike if I knew there was going to be multiples. I'll just stay off the bike altogether.
Yeah, she was pimping out.
Yeah. but yeah, man, I think that was like
no
full honesty. Like,
where's so the boundary was sharing because I was waiting for the boundary.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. The boundary was well, it was not only sharing, but it was like, look, man, like
the
disrespect. Communication, and obviously I don't fucking share. Like, but don't cut me off.
Yeah.
Don't cut me off and expect me to respond well. That's how it started. Was she like disappeared for a few days off the grid?
Yeah, true that.
And I was like, hey, we don't have to have a full on conversation every day.
You're still tripping me out. Like you're 23. Why do you care? Why do you care?
Because
you're 23 in the story, bro.
I know.
You were 23 in the story.
But here's the thing, though. Like I was 23, but I had a kid of my own. I wasn't out like.
Yeah. All right, yeah. I know.
I wasn't out like doing all this stuff. Like
I was a couple years back. Well, yeah. That was a couple.
Like my oldest biological daughter was born when I was 21.
Yeah.
So I already had a child that I was, I mean, like I wasn't out.
Yeah,
just raising hell and doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
So you were like a worse 23-year-old than me, but kind of better mind state. But you were a worse 23-year-old.
Why you say that?
Because you already had kids.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, it's, and I love my daughter to death, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day, man. Like,
I mean, we running wild. That's just stuff we did. I'm just talking about the act of having a kid.
No, I know. But like, baby mama drama.
Yeah. True life.
Yeah.
I got
multiples. Yeah. Well, I mean, that whole experience with my daughter's mom was hell. I mean, like, and I'm not discounting anybody else's because I think here's the funny shit. Like I was having this conversation with a buddy of mine, right? Mm-hmm. And we have family friends that are single mothers whose dad, like the baby's dad wants nothing to do with the kid. Mm-hmm. Right. And all these single moms want is for their dad, the child's dad to be involved in the kid's life.
Yeah.
Because that's what the kid wants. Yeah. And that's what the mom wants. But then you see situations like me and you and other people that I know that are single dads that all they want is to have that relationship with their kids and be a part of their kid's life. And the child's mother wants to make it hell on them.
Hey, man, I'm part of my kid's life.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is like, does your ex not make it difficult?
Man, I got my beefs, but life.
Yeah.
Life.
But that's the thing. It's like there are some moms out there that don't have a baby dad that's involved. That's all they want. They want him to be involved. They don't give a shit about anything else. And then the dads that do want to be involved, it's like fucking pulling teeth sometimes to just make it happen and make it happen amicably.
Yeah. I mean, well, all right. So everything's situational. Everything's situational.
True.
So everybody's got their own beefs. I know in mine, we have just difference of opinion. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
two different minds trying to do the same thing together. Sometimes that shit just don't work out. Gotta respect it.
Right.
Everybody's got their reason. Whatever happened between everybody else, I don't know. But I know I got my beefs. I just work through it, man.
Yeah, but I mean,
I say, how do you? I think it's more the how. I mean, how do we make that work?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, because it's always a goddamn ebb and flow. It's give and take, right?
Right.
But it always seems like both sides wants to take to the other side. You know what I'm saying? So from your vantage point, I guess the side of a male, because in these situations, if we're talking exes and divorces, breaking up and kids, right?
Yeah.
Usually women get the kids. Just is what it is. It's just really hard to get it the other way around.
Yeah.
Even if you've had it before.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just really hard. So you're like, you just that is this generic setup of this situation, right? So mom has kids most of the time. Dad gets the kids on weekends and summers or whatever your situation is, right? But you're probably the lesser of the time. And normally the majority of the shit you want to do, you have to go about like requesting or something, right? Something along those lines, right?
Yeah.
So you get to that point where it's like, all right, so everything I even want to do in this situation, I have to go through you for. Yeah. Right. So you have total control of the situation, right? Mm-hmm. Total control, total authority of the situation.
Yeah.
But I have the brunt of the responsibility. And when I come to you about things, you tell me about nothing but my responsibilities.
Right.
Like, while you have total control over this thing and you stop the things that are supposed to be happening, but still cry about my responsibilities.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's constant. It's constantly just this take thought from both sides. Like, you want to take the kids from me, or you want to take them to, like, it's just a constant thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then there's feelings tied into that, and all of that shit is situational. But I don't know, man. People are dumb.
People are dumb.
Well, what are you gonna? We all work for a living.
Yeah. Like, well, here, like, all right. So in my particular situation, man, like, I don't. It's not that. I don't even think that she was asking, like that the mom asked a lot. Mm-hmm. She just wouldn't give me what the court said that I was due. Like, she denied visitation after visitation after visitation. Yeah. She wouldn't answer the phone.
Been there.
Yeah, she wouldn't answer the phone on our scheduled phone calls. Like, wouldn't respond to planned, trying to coordinate visits and planning travel and expenses and all that kind of stuff. And then when it came down, when she finally got around to it, it was always last minute, which would cost me an arm and a leg to try and make happen.
Call the cops?
Yes. And guess what? Right? Guess what? You know what they told me? That's a civil matter. We don't get involved.
Yeah, I'm right.
And so I called my attorney, and you know what my attorney did? Filed a motion for contempt with the courts. You know what the courts did? They delayed and delayed and delayed and continued and continued and continued for years. And I'm talking like multiple years in a row.
She knew somebody that was just like torturing you. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I've been in that situation, like, file motions, and then like it was just one in particular. And after that, I was just pretty much, after this, I was like, I'm done with court. Like, so whatever my situation is, it just is. Like, I'm not arguing nothing, like, no more. I refuse.
Yeah.
I'm just not. So, but my situation's cool, so I'm good. But like, I tried to file a motion for some other, like, just changing something.
Yeah.
A change to the order or whatever, right? But, like, I guess she got wind of it, of course. Mm-hmm. I got the motion to appear and everything else, and then got a delay initially, and then she was just thrown out, bro. It was like, and they just sent me a letter like, nah, we canceled this. She didn't want to do it. I was like, what?
Because she didn't want to do it?
Like, what's the, what?
Do I not have a say in this?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Like, they could just, yeah. And then, I mean, I was in Texas, so.
Well.
Just straight.
And mine was Alabama.
There's a thing called a mother state. Just the fact that, like, equality is real, I think, bro. I think equality is real.
You do?
Yeah, there's mom states, bro. Like, there's mother states.
Yeah.
So, yeah, equality has to be real. I'm just saying. Straight up.
Man, you had me there for a second.
Yeah,
I thought you was being real.
I mean, I think I am. I don't know. I might be. I told you I don't lie, bro. I think it's real. It came out. So effortlessly.
Yeah.
Like,
equality is real.
Yeah, equality is real, man. It has to be.
Yeah. Well, we can get into equality about some other shit too, but
yeah.
But yeah, man. Shit, man. So what else?
I don't know, man. How we doing on time?
I don't even care. 8 o'clock now. I don't even know what time we got started. All this shit can get edited out. So
all right, wait.
So I mean, we can keep chatting. We can keep fucking chopping it up. Or you got anything else in particular you want to talk about? You want me to ask you?
I don't know, man. What's important? What's important right now?
Well, so
can you pause?
Oh yeah.
Pause. Let's go smoke. You keep it.
Keep this. I can
let
do
him.
that.
Let him know we smoke.
I don't care. Yeah, we back up right now.
All right.
That's funny, little fucker. Harvey. It's funny. Stupid dog.
Harvey's cool.
Harvey is cool. He's just something else. But yeah, dude. Fucking yeah, so
yeah, so we're back from a break.
Yeah, back from our break. Yeah. All right. That was a good smoke. That was good. That was a good break. That was a good break.
And on break I learned about your weird allergy.
Yeah, man. Can't drink.
Can't drink. That is gotta be the worst allergy.
Yeah.
Gotta be. Yeah, man. Like, I know shellfish is big on a lot of people's list.
Yeah.
And that's my allergy.
See, so shellfish just messes with my stomach, but like alcohol, I actually get like hives and
everything you explained
on the face.
Everything you explained, that same.
Yeah, difficulty breathing, and the shitty part is it's like all of my old favorites.
Yeah,
like
no, it's you know what you're missing.
Yeah,
you know what you're missing,
and scotch and all my favorite like beers, dark beers and stuff like that.
Don't even feel like a man anymore, do you?
Oh man, hey now. No, I what's funny is I've kind of gotten used to enjoying the party, if you will, as the sober one, just watching everybody else do dumb shit.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? People, and it's not like, obviously in our age, in our stage of life, like we don't go to the point of getting just shit-faced drunk and, go to parties where that stuff really happens.
Once a month.
Yeah. It's a regular occurrence.
No. That's more like I don't know.
Special occasion.
A special occasion. The right argument,
Yeah. The right argument.
That's exactly
to the point where it pushes you past it. Man.
It used to be the right party. Now it's like the right argument, like the right Thursday. Just sit there and just get shit faced and be like, oh,
drive you to drink.
Yeah, fuck it. It's Friday tomorrow. We ain't doing shit tomorrow anyway.
Yeah.
Get ready for the weekend the right way.
Yeah, man. So that's my only vice. My only vice anymore is fucking.
That's horrible, bro. That's the worst vice in the world.
It is. It is the worst vice in the world, but it's the only one.
I mean, it's not cigars or Black and Milds or anything.
No.
It's not meth.
It's not meth. That's true.
Meth, you know what I mean?
It's not meth. It's not sex. I mean,
what? that's my addiction. That is my life addiction.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know. I love that, but what happens when you get into a monogamous relationship?
What? What? No, you're crazy. No, my sex life is very active, bro. Hell no. That's again, that's my addiction. That's like condition of relationship.
Oh, well,
if-
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the variety. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. But no. I mean, like, you know, I know that my wife and I have had this conversation, and I've told countless friends that are still, hell, even on, you know, like he was going through some shit with his old lady recently, and I just told him, I said, look, dude, like, a relationship is not a relationship without fucking romance, without intimacy. Without intimacy, a romantic relationship does not exist. Period. End of story. You're just roommates or your friends or whatever.
It's like, I don't know. Like the conversation between your parents and like you back in the day when it'd be like, oh, don't have sex before you get married or stuff like that. I mean, it's like, yeah, but how I know if I'm gonna like her?
Yeah.
Like, right? I mean, like, how I know if I'm gonna really like her if I want to be around? You know what I mean? When I found out, like, there's people that ain't into it like that. I mean, like, yeah.
Well, and there's I mean, like, and there is a very real thing when it comes to fucking sexual compatibility.
Yeah.
You know? So, and you can see it, like, you know those couples that want to have a baby but can't have a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And then for whatever reason, like we had a couple that we knew back in Colorado. They were married for years, tried to have a baby, just couldn't happen. They get divorced for whatever reason. I don't remember what exactly happened between the two of them. Both of them got remarried, and now both of them have natural born children of their own.
Mm-hmm.
They just to get together, they were not
working out,
biologically compatible to create a child. And so there is such a thing as that, which is crazy as shit to me. But, you know, again, human body being what it is, you know, causing alcohol allergies. And
I think that'd just be God saying, you ain't ready for this right now.
Yeah. I mean, on some level, that's probably true. Or you're not ready for this with this person.
Yeah.
You know?
True that.
But
then again, I mean, how he let mine's happen. I'd be feeling like
I could ask the same question of mine.
Yeah, I'd be like, man, that's what I said. I'd be like, man, my kids are supposed to be here.
Yeah.
That's it. That's just it. God said, hey, they got to be here.
Yeah.
Whatever happens to you happens.
Yeah.
But they supposed to be.
And I think sometimes it's kind of the way to teach hard lessons.
True that.
Another way to teach hard lessons to us, you know, because I was, granted, I was young. But I was like stupid and immature and just making bad decision after bad decision after bad decision before my daughter came along. And it kind of was like, I'm not saying I grew up to be I'm not saying that when she came along, I became the most mature, most, well-rounded man or father or whatever. But
Yeah, definitely. You get outside of yourself though.
Yeah. It wasn't just about me anymore. It came down to like, I need to make sure that she's provided for, that she's taken care of, and that I'm doing right by her, instead of just focusing on what I want in the moment.
Definitely. That's like, circling back to something we were talking about before, but like the whole, not really boundary thing. But I think it was more like, no, not that, but the self-awareness thing,
Yeah.
But tying that into relationships. And that whole, you could be with somebody and like, it's me personally, right?
Yeah.
Be in a situation, you'd be like, I know me and you know you, right?
Yeah.
We have this relationship, you and this girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all go through your thing. And then there's always problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
But on the other side of that real world problem is everybody's feelings, right?
Right.
And I think that a lot of people get caught in the feelings and then arguments off of those feelings and lose sight of like the real world problems.
Yeah.
Hell of a lot, man.
And I think it's easy to get lost in the feelings. I don't like, I'm not going to say that I'm not, I can't in any way, shape or form say that I'm immune to it, but I do like the way that and I think we talked about this earlier.
Definitely, man. I won't say I'm immune to it. I've been depressed before.
Yeah.
You can't be depressed without feelings.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
But when it comes to like dealing with other people, I try to focus on the facts and the logic of a situation, and you and I talked about this, and you and I look at this in a different way, but like I try to focus on like the facts and the logic of a situation and leave emotion out of the factorization of it as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And and then you brought it up to me, which made a very good point. Like when it comes to my kids, like
irrational as fuck.
Right. I will be, I will be emotional and irrational as fuck. Like you fuck with my family, bro, it's on. Like hammers coming down, walls coming down. Like I'm coming after you.
Yep. Whole world changes.
Yeah. So on that level, like I guess I can't say that I'm all about facts and logic because I know, like I said, I'm not immune to it. Because once you pointed that out from that perspective, like, yeah, absolutely. Like you fuck with my family, hell, you fuck with my wife. Like, anybody that I love and care about, bro, it's done.
Yeah.
And I used to have a very, very bad temper. And I worked very, very hard to try and curb that. And I
still haven't. I don't think you ever lose it because I have mine. I mean, like I just understand it. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I understand it. And I think I'm better at controlling it. And instead of losing it on people, I lose it on things. If if I'm going to.
Oh no, I lose it. I just lose it intentionally. Like even in respect, like I lose it intentionally. Like I'll lose it on a person if I have to. You know what I mean? But intentionally, I'm going to lose it at some point. I'll go have my drunk day. I'll go to the gym and intentionally lose it. I mean, like I'll intentionally lose it. That's just all I mean. Like,
but that's channeled.
That's what I mean. That's purposely driven. I channel that shit.
Yeah.
So I lose when I know I have it in me, so I know how I have to lose it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lose it some way.
Well, I mean, and I think just from when it comes to that angry energy, like you have to get that shit out somehow.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's why I say like I'll lose it on things, but not on people, unless that person really deserves it.
Oh no, they'll understand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That. But nah, man. What else we got?
Oh, I was checking our levels real quick, just making sure that we got. I don't know why, but your meter's not peaking. But
got you.
Yeah, we'll edit that out.
Right.
Just make sure everything's good. Nah, man. But see, it comes back to talking about self-awareness. Like I know I have a bad temper, and so for me, I'm not going to say that it's a constant focus. It was at one point in time in my life. Like there were times where I had to specifically say to myself, like, calm the fuck down, dude, because you're about to lose it over some relatively mundane shit.
Oh yeah.
Just because that happened to be the thing that was like, that was the thing that sent me over the edge. Even though it wasn't like the thing that I was really pissed off about, it was the thing that sent me over the edge.
All right, so let me tell you a funny story, right?
Yeah.
I just said we're in Lithonia, Georgia, right? Somewhere around 2015, 14, something like that, right?
All right.
And you're just a high school student, going to high school, regular day, right? But you're from somewhere else and you're in Georgia now, right? So now you're around these people and you're talking and you have a random conversation about baloney, right? Yeah, baloney.
What?
Baloney from Europe.
Okay.
Part of the world and baloney from Georgia. And someone's telling you that Georgia baloney is better. Like aggressively.
Really?
Yeah. Like, so you end up having a fight over baloney.
Over baloney?
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
And what part of that situation could you have been self-aware and maybe like dissolve that situation?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, like, is baloney really worth?
Yeah, but when you're angry, like,
well, okay.
How you supposed to be self-aware of your anger when someone's talking to you about baloney?
I don't know, man. The only thing I can think of is try and figure out a way, like, understand that, like, yes, this is getting me fucking elevated, but try and find a way to like make light of the situation. Like, Yo, we're arguing about baloney. Like, this shit is some baloney right here. The fact that we're arguing about baloney.
Sure,
like,
it was some baloney.
You know what I mean?
Was
like,
some baloney.
Like, that's the only way that I could think of to maybe diffuse that type of situation. But again, you said I'm in high school.
Yeah.
I'm probably not like,
you're going to bump your head. You're going to bump your head and find out you're angry.
Right. Because, because I'm not I'm too emotionally immature at that point in time to realize that I don't know my emotional levels of that. I mean, like, I was probably 23, 24 before I really started understanding like that. Before I started really understanding and honing in on some of the things that triggered like different emotional states for me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So when do you think you're ever fully self-aware? Is this shit and you just change every day?
Well, I think I don't think I'm ever fully self-aware. And part of that is because I'm constantly evolving and growing as a man and evolving and growing as a human being. You know, in situations in life, they change your perspective. They change your outlook as things happen to you throughout life.
Definitely new information to you.
You know what I mean? So, to me at least, I think I'm fully self-aware the moment that I die, or right before I die, whatever that is. Because that is going to be the final moment. That
are you self-aware in this moment?
Me?
Yeah.
I think on some level. I'm sure there's still some shit that I haven't discovered about myself, situations that I haven't been placed in to really understand how I might handle that situation or how I perceive that situation. And I think some of that is.
I think I know me from me. I think I know me.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I think I've been in enough situations that like there ain't much that ever changes. Like,
really?
Yeah.
You don't think so?
Mentally, no, not really.
So
you don't care about much.
Well, what's that? You don't care?
I don't care about much. No.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're definitely probably one of the more just go with the flow. Whatever happens and however it happens is how it happens kind of people that I know.
I mean, in the world, yeah, and in the world,
yeah.
But like at home, I'm me. You know what I mean? Like outside in the world, it's just like we're all here together, so let's do this shit. I mean, like it just is what it is. I got to share the shit, so
right?
Why not? But it just is what it is. Like that's just whatever. But the things I care about are at home, man.
Yeah.
So like outside of that, it's like this is a whole bunch of stuff I just get to do.
Yeah.
So you might as well have a good time doing it.
Just experience it. Yeah, I get it. So here's a question, because you said at home you're just you.
Yeah.
Do you feel this is gonna get? I don't know, man. It might be a little bit deep or it might be a little bit personal, but
What's up?
Like, do you feel like you can be truly you within the confines of your own?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
As I'm like the freest me at home. Like if I could walk around in my drawers all day, I would. Like, but I got kids, you know what I mean? So shit happens.
But I'm not, but I'm not. I'm talking about like more beyond like the physical, like the metaphysical, like mental and like
mentally free. I'm mentally free at home.
Yeah.
Like even in the strife, like there's like bad times in relationships and shit. But
everybody does.
Yeah. So I mean, even in that, like I'm still at peace because I'm honest.
Yeah.
So like in the strife, like my beef, like so. We going through this shit together regardless, so we here. You know what I mean? Like that's the awkwardness don't really bother me.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's awkward, but even when we beefing, like my wife, we don't really beef. You know what I mean? Like it's like this is the argument. We might be silent, but we still you coming over here.
Yeah.
Like, it just is what it is. Like I'm not sleeping alone. I'm not like I refuse that shit, man.
Yeah.
Like it's not my life.
I'm the same way.
So yeah, I can't do that.
I used to be real big on not going to bed mad.
Yeah, no, I don't really care. You gonna cuddle me regardless. I'm big as shit in the bed, so whatever. Like I'm tall.
Yeah, and there's sometimes like it happens just because shit doesn't get resolved and like you feel a certain type of way. And you're like, God damn her! Like why would she think that about me? Like what the fuck? Like why? Just fucking leave it be. Why you gotta make it? So that shit's going through my head, and she got some shit going through her head. But I will never like. I did it one time for the peace of the household. I went and stayed at a friend's house. She knew where I was going. She knew where I was at. and it was just for like the peace of the household.
Mhm.
And I swore I'd never do it again. Like, I will never not sleep in the same bed as my wife if I am not traveling for a specific reason.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I get enough grief with the travel. I'm saying
Yeah.
that shit is enough. You know this tech shit, man. This tech life.
Oh yeah.
Can't get away from traveling work.
No. Well, shit, you got it worse than I do, man.
Yep.
And you thought it was going to be better, didn't you?
I mean, it is better. It's a better life.
I'm talking about the travel. Did you know you were going to be traveling a whole lot more? Like to the point that you are?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I saw how it was done before, you know.
Okay.
So like,
Yeah.
I had a good idea,
Okay.
but and it's not that big of a beef for me. It's
Yeah.
just it's a strain.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the reality of it. I mean, you know, you might know going in,
Mm-hmm.
but when you have to deal with the reality of it, most people don't like it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't really get away from it.
I don't like traveling.
I love traveling.
I mean,
we get so many good opportunities, man. Like
you might.
Oh, all right. My bad. I'm sorry, but yeah, man. It's dope. I get to go to Japan. I get to go to Guam. I get to go to Bahrain. I get to go. You just might get to go somewhere. Like it's just like being in the army, basically.
Yeah.
Like there's still that opportunity to travel. Like I don't know, whatever it is, but
yeah,
I enjoy it. I enjoy that I get to do these things.
My
training and collaborating or whatever.
I'm trying. I'm trying to get one of those golden opportunities. So far I've been to. I mean, I've been some places, but nowhere really spectacular. I go. The majority of my travel is within 4 hours.
These are probably 10-hour work days, and like you might be on a boat at some point. I mean, like there's a little bit more to this travel than just going to these places.
Sure. I mean, well, and obviously there's probably another level of bullshit and politics or bureaucracy that you got to deal with, especially when it comes to some of those foreign places.
Yeah.
Just because there's that extra level of stuff or whatever. But
yeah. Safety first and all that. I mean, hey.
But
can't argue with it. You can't argue with it when there's like if there's going to be a bombing or something,
right?
At some embassy or whatever in some places you might be. I mean, it just is what it is. So it's safety, whatever.
Yeah, but the flip side of that is how it affects the home life.
Yeah,
right. So you got on the one side, it's like it's great opportunities for travel, it's great opportunities to explore and experience and do all those things, which is awesome.
Yeah, but then you got to go to Libya and be in danger and possibly and shit like that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's real life. Yeah.
But then the flip side too of all of that,
it's always been our life.
Right. Is how that affects the home front. Right. And so obviously for you, it's taking a toll. It did for me, and it does still sometimes. Like I know she hates it when I leave. She hates it when I leave. And fortunately, it's not that I'm gone for extended periods of time or that I'm gone, to a far away place all the time. But I mean, it's just that fact of being gone and, having to essentially kind of like fill two roles. But, I don't know. I get it. But it, for me, it's kind of
bacon.
What's that?
Got to bring home that bacon.
Well, and see, we've had that conversation before. Where it's like, sometimes to be able to put you and the kids first, like I got to put you second. I have to put you second because if I don't put work first, a lot of the time, as much as I don't want to, as much as I would like for you and the kids to just be my sole priorities, and that's the focus.
Like, if you can employ me,
right,
or if you could find me this perfect job that you think out there,
right,
that will keep me home all the time and keep home,
right?
You know what I mean? I'm down. Find that shit.
Yeah, but it doesn't
put
exist.
Me when I'm busy working right now, but if you can find that, I'll apply.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's a weird argument to have.
It is.
It's the weirdest argument to have. Like, always leaving for work.
For work. Yeah, you act and I know Lisa and I have had that argument. It's like, you always get to go you always get to go to these places. And I'm like, yeah, you think it's a fucking vacation for me?
Yeah,
Like,
for real.
it's not like I'm just chilling in a hotel
Yeah.
room or sipping a fucking Mai Tai by the side of the pool. Like, I'm fucking working.
Yep.
I'm in a cave or I'm climbing around these dusty ass, pieces of equipment or whatever the hell it is. Like, it's not like it's just, sunshine and rainbows.
For real.
And so, and a lot of the places I go to, they're not like hot tourist destinations, man. Like they're kind of in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
When
you're visiting a unit, definitely. Yeah.
So,
I hate our work locations. Yeah.
They're trash.
Yeah, they really are.
They're trash.
Let's not trash work though.
No,
I love my job.
I do love, and that's the thing is like I love my job.
Yeah.
There are things about the I guess the operational side or I don't know the planning side that's just it's tough to swallow. You know what I mean? But you and I have had that conversation before, and I'm one of those people where I'm just like I like to kind of have things laid out, and we're a very reactive, which is frustrating and stressful sometimes. But I digress. That's beyond the point. But yeah, man. So kind of going back to what I was saying, it's like, it got to a point where like we just had to have that conversation, and I'm sure you guys have had similar conversation where it's like, in order to put you first, I have to put you second, because if I don't focus on my job and I don't bring home money, guess where we living? We're living on the street. And the kids ain't got clothes. We ain't got no cars. We got no cell phones. We got like none of the things that we live comfortably with now will we have if I don't have a job. And so I have to focus on the shit that pays me before I can focus on the shit that I want to do. And it's kind of like, do you remember that? I'm trying to remember what it was, either a saying by it was I want to say it was in a movie, and I couldn't, like, A River Runs Through It. I don't know if you ever seen that movie. It's always an old one. But he's talking about like there comes a time in every man's life where he's got to give up what he wants to do in order to do the things he has to do. You know what I mean? And it's something to that effect. But it's like I don't get to do the things that I want to do all the time, because I have to do the things that are required of me and expected of me as a husband and as a father, as a provider and a presider over my family.
Yeah. Basically, just gotta talk like, yo, figure out what you like to do or what you might be good at, and then do that.
Yeah.
Because that's it's gonna work for you.
Yeah.
You're good at it, do that shit.
Yeah.
And then hopefully you can find the time to do things you like.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Or hopefully you make that time later.
Yeah.
But man, I just want to be really good at the things I'm good at.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I did basically for the entirety of my military career. Like, hey, man, he's just really good with physical stuff. Like, really good technical. Like, he's a technical wizard. Like, put him in the shop. You know what I mean? Let him go do everything PT wise. Go knock out anything physical. Like, leading people, hey, put him at the front. Like, real simple, man. Like, just be good at the things you're good at. Like, some people weren't good at that, but they were better at going to boards and looking pretty. I mean, like, it's just that some people are board babies. It's just what it is. But hey.
I was very technically minded.
Yeah.
Like when it came to work, at least as a green suiter, I would get very specific. I would get requested by name for technical support for other units outside of my own. Just because I had built that reputation in my command. But so yeah, I mean, like from the technical aspect of it, like I love what I do, and I think I'm pretty darn good at it. I'm no expert. I don't think I don't think any one of us are really an expert at what we do as much as we are supposed to be like the subject matter experts. Like there's always more to learn. You know what I mean?
That's why they changed it, man. It's more of a, there's no such, it has to be professional now.
Yeah.
It's not really an expert.
Yeah.
Because the IT world is just ever changing.
Right.
And everything's always
constantly.
Yeah. So, I mean, like,
by the time something comes out for us, it's already obsolete. Pretty close. So So yeah, there is that aspect of it, and I really do enjoy the technical aspects of it. I do enjoy that very much. It's just I think for me it's just a lot of the other shit that comes along with it. It's like
Yeah.
it's kind of like you said, be good at the things you're good at.
I think it's organizational. I mean, it's institutionalization that you don't like. That's what it is. But yeah, it's the organization.
Yeah.
But you can't fight that, man. It's just that ultimately at the end of the day, it's just people.
Right.
Just people.
It is.
Everything, any system that ever be made, it could be made to be run right, but you're in the people, it's influence.
Yeah.
There, bro.
Human.
There.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Nothing. Just fucking keep
smile and be like, yo, I get to do this.
Yeah. Smile. I get to do this and keep it pushing.
Yep.
Or as they say in the army, fucking take a knee, drink water, and drive on.
Straight up,
bro. I mean, and that's I do a lot of. I've been told I complain a lot. It's probably true if you look at it from that aspect. I like to think I'm just very vocal with my feedback.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I don't think you complain a lot. I think you I say you're vocal about what you think in that moment.
Yeah,
you're really vocal about what you think in that moment. Some people might take that as personal, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
that's just how you feel.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I for my interactions with you, I've always ever just heard you say whatever you were saying, and it's just information.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I've never had taken anything personal from you. Yeah. But nah, that's just people, man. Again, you can't do nothing but deal with it. You go outside and you're gonna have to, like, we get sensitivity training, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody does it in their own perspective fields in their way, but in the Army, we've had sensitivity training. And I remember just like one time we got like this training, and it was like somebody said something. It was like, you just got to go out and you got to realize that not everybody might be used to the jokes that you're used to, and your personality might be too big for others, so you might have blah blah. And I was just thinking, like, where's the strongest weak person to go out and tell like the weak people to be like, yo, you got to realize when you go outside, there's like other big personalities, and like,
right,
you might hear some things that you might not like, but you just got to understand, like, where, like,
where's the leader of the weak people?
Yeah, when does it become like, when does it become policing? Like, for real, I'm just saying, like, when does that happen? Like, for real.
Yeah.
Where's the strongest weak person to be like, yo, sometimes you might just understand and respect their space and whatever,
right,
like their ability to be able to have those conversations. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know,
bro. This is getting into the point, like, but see, we're getting into discussions about like feelings.
Yeah.
Like, I understand, like, everybody got feelings and shit like that, but like,
it be that.
It does, but it doesn't have to be. Like, it never, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I never perceived it as ever being that way before.
Wide scale, that's like my beef with America. Like,
that everything's become about feelings?
Yeah, everything's become about feelings. Nothing's cause and effect. Nothing's like result based.
Right.
Nothing, like, none of that shit anymore. It's
all fucking emotion.
Everything is feelings. Like, everything. From my vantage point, like, there's research on feelings. Like, 98% people feel this way. How do you know? I was like, when I read stuff like that, I just be like, how do you know? Like, feel? How do you?
You can't measure it. It's subjective.
Like, man,
it's so fucking subjective. It's like, does this make you angry?
Everything's about outrage marketing. Everything's about like every social issue. Everything is it's all feelings, bro.
Yeah,
how does this make you feel?
Yeah,
it's all like, I'm tired of feelings, bro. Like, why don't we talk about what is and isn't?
Right.
Like, let's talk about real and fake. Like, let's talk about what is happening.
And this is where I was saying, like, when it comes to shit,
goofy,
I focus on facts and logic. What is and what isn't. Yeah. And the reality is, and I don't know, I've had this debate with people But I think there is a fundamental difference between facts and truth.
Mm-hmm.
Because facts are indisputable evidence of something existing or not existing. Period. End of story. Truth is subjective based on your interpretation of the facts.
True, not really.
You don't think so?
Yes, but not completely.
Okay.
Like your definition was there, but because something can be true to someone, but not true to someone else.
Right.
So yeah, yes and no.
Because it's and that's why I say
subjective to the person.
Right. It's subjective to the It's subjective based on a individual's interpretation of the facts laid out. You know what I mean? And so, I always encourage people like, be who you are, be true to you, and speak your truth. But understand that your truth might be slightly different than somebody else's truth. And then somewhere in the middle,
keep your weak ass ears away from my conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like basically, that's what that like. That going back to that thing, like, where's the strongest weak person to be like, yo, you might go outside and hear something, and let them talk.
Right. If you don't like it, fucking walk away.
Let them talk.
Yeah. Well, and in situations like that, it's like, was a conversation meant for you in the first place?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but I mean,
stay your ass out of it.
Yeah, those be the ones that's the worst. You're like, oh, I overheard this.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Oh. Man. And I know where you're getting at when it comes to like Sharp and EO and stuff like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I remember having those trainings about like, oh, even if you're saying something between you and a buddy and nobody else is in the middle of the conversation, but you say it loud enough for somebody else to hear, they could get offended and then report you. And I'm like, that's
the exact section of the conversation I was talking about.
Yeah.
That one. I was like, where's this person to be like, yo, you overheard this.
Yeah.
Let them talk. Leave them alone.
Yeah. Conversation
mind your business.
Yours don't concern you. Like, stay the fuck out of it.
I don't know.
Yeah, but see, that's that like.
But then again, it comes to what's true to you, what's true to not true to that person. It's different stuff, man.
But do you not? Okay, so
I just be like, let me be me and you be you.
Right, but I think this goes on to another like broader topic of like everybody wants to be in everybody else's fucking business.
Yeah,
these days,
true
like
that.
just across society. You know what I mean?
Social media, bro.
Oh, dude,
wide scale social media. I mean, just everybody's in everybody's business, so it's like it's normal.
Yeah,
it's damn near normal.
I think
it's fucking normal.
I hate social media.
Yo, high school gossip has become normal.
Yeah.
Did you hear about so and so was over there this weekend and they were doing blah blah blah?
Yeah,
that's normal, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's a normal conversation.
Yeah.
Like, man, I don't want to get into like specifics, but like you come back from somebody had a wild weekend.
Yeah.
And you come back and there's gonna be the excited one in the group out of the group that's gonna come back and be like, oh, you should have been there. You should have seen this.
Oh yeah.
There's a million of that, man.
Yeah.
But then again, that's just hungry people, thirsty people that just be ready to tell a story.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think that's it. Like I said, man, it's just evidence of a broader endemic of people being in the middle of other people's shit. Like, yo, if it ain't your business, stay the fuck out. You know what I mean? And that's like that shit is becoming so prevalent to the point where it's permeated into like politics too.
Yeah, but we're not jumping down there, bro.
No. I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, it's that prevalent in society to the point where it's not just like a socioeconomic thing. Like it has gotten to the point where it has permeated its way into fucking modern day politics.
Yeah.
In terms of like just being in other people's shit and trying to regulate or feel a certain type of way about somebody else's lifestyle or life or choices they make or whatever. And it's like, God dang, man, like, why don't you just live and do you? Like, if they ain't bothering you, leave it the hell alone.
Yeah, no, I got you.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. And when I talk about this stuff, like I go back and I think about stuff like Michigan State, and it's like, okay, the dude was dealing with some shit. Like everybody does. Cool. Like I get he was on some shit, but then what Like, I want to know what the hell prompts these people to have such a strong feeling that they've got to make somebody else suffer for whatever pain they're feeling.
Yo,
Is that too deep of a question? Like,
nah, I think more like let me split from it, but try and explain it. So back to just normal relationships, right?
yeah.
We all enter a relationship as ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Over time, throughout your relationship, even like let's just say you come into a relationship, right? You're with a chick, she's her, right?
Yeah.
And y'all both got y'all shit. You might not even know, right? You get into a relationship, y'all have problems.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all get to a point where you might become aware of each other.
Yeah.
And yourselves at that point, right?
Okay.
You start realizing, hey, some of these like relationship issues, it's really not even relationship issues. It's issues that like outside of our relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I carry on this anger from whatever I carried on from. You carry on your insecurities and your sense of like, I don't know, inadequateness or whatever, like whatever you have. Like you carry all your stuff, right? And we bring that here and then we mess things up. But we don't address everything that we brought here. So we just keep messing it up. You know what I mean? Like, I think that goes back to people and just makes them snap. It's the same shit makes people makes marriages end and divorce happen. You know what I mean? Like, the well just breaks them. The dam breaks sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, something just snapped. And I mean, like, the report said, like, homeboy's mom died in 2020 or whatever. And maybe that just threw him over the edge and it just took him this long to get angry or whatever. And something just boiled over. But that mental health piece is real, yo. Like,
I don't, and that's what
real,
I said.
Real like, life relationships, like it's just real.
Dude was obviously in pain from something.
But then, you know what I mean? Hey, gotta fucking kill people. Though.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, but I mean, it ain't even okay. Like damaged people damage people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like people that are damaged damage other people.
Yeah.
Instead of dealing with their own shit.
Well, if they're unaware. If they're unaware. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even if they're aware, but they don't deal with their shit properly. Because like, all right, we can go down a whole nother fucking rabbit hole about, you know, you know about Christian. You know, he knows he's got some shit he's got to deal with, but he won't. So he's very aware of his problems, but he won't deal with it. And
Steps.
Continues down the same path, which then creates more pain and anguish and animosity for those that love him.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I don't know, man. We'll be talking about addiction and shit like that in a whole nother episode. Cause like I could go on about some of the shit that we dealt with that, but I mean, like he is damaged. And he damages other people in his path because he won't do what's necessary to repair the damage.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it is. Part of it is being aware of the damage that does exist within you, but also being willing and able to do something about that damage to heal that.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
for sure.
And I think,
I mean, not even, I don't want to say even having to heal it. But moreover, heal yourself.
Yeah.
Because even no matter what, like if you deal with something, even if you think you're dealing with something, if you think you got rid of it, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah.
So like it's just gonna be there.
Well,
it's just understanding it. Like, and my biggest thing is like if you refuse to understand, like if you try not to understand yourself, like you're lying to yourself. I can't fuck with you. I can't fuck with you at all. It's like knowing me, like I tell everybody the truth. So it's like if I tell you the truth and you like avoid it, I can't fuck with you at all.
Yeah,
I just can't.
Well, because you're failing to address the problem.
Yeah,
or acknowledge
you're not acknowledging real life, and in that I just can't trust you.
Yeah,
because I don't know where you are.
Yeah.
Like in the real world, like you need certainty,
right?
Like everyone needs reliability. Like,
he just came over wanting to get in the middle of shit.
Yeah.
As Remy, she's a lover.
Remy cool.
Yeah, Remy's cool. But yeah, man, I get it, man. Like at least being able to acknowledge where you are, like you know. And God, man, like
there's a lot of people stuck in fantasy, man. A lot of people stuck in fantasy.
Denial.
Or denial. True that.
Denial is the other one because they refuse to acknowledge what's right in front of their face. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's not just, it's not always about just thinking that something else is what it isn't, but it's also denying what is absolutely true. But
that's like one of the biggest things I used to hate in the Army, bro. That stupid ass saying, "Perception is reality." Oh, I used to hate that saying, bro.
Yeah,
I used to hate that saying. I told this person once. I was like, all right, if perception is reality, right? If let's just say we're looking at a picture, and I broke it down like this. I was like, if you see this, right, and you see something grotesque, right, or something like like some sexual stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's how you perceive it.
Mm-hmm.
If I saw throw up, I mean, like, that's what I saw.
Yeah.
Your perception is nothing but like the personification of your character,
right?
Not a summary of mine because you see something away,
right?
I mean, that's the personification of your character, not a summary of mine. Like, leave me alone. Yeah. And with your perception. I used to hate that saying so much, man. I still do to this day. But.
And I think, like, I hate it too. I understand where it comes from. Perception is what creates an individual's reality, but it doesn't create reality as a whole.
No, perception is a dumb group think thing. It's like, hey, people might think this, so you shouldn't do this. Yo, get away from me with your weird mind. Like, you're gross is what you're telling me. You're a gross person. You do gross things, yo. You're a gross person and you do gross things and you think this way.
Yeah.
Yo, let me just go smile and have fun.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah.
I get it. I mean, You
can't deny it.
No.
You can't deny it. It's a stupid saying.
It is.
And it's dumb logic. It's really dumb logic.
Yeah. And that's
like one of the worst. I used to hate that saying.
Yeah.
Everyone who said it to me in the Army, you should know. You should know.
Now the flip side is optics do matter.
I don't give a shit about optics, bro.
Well, I understand that. But
when I say I genuinely do not care about most things in the world, I just don't, bro. I just don't, especially anyone's feelings. Like anyone's. It's one person's feelings I care about. Yeah. That's it. Like, outside of that, my kids' feelings don't even matter to me, yo.
Really?
Yeah, not at all. Actually, there's two people. My mom.
Yeah.
My sisters are like a close, you know what I mean? But we tell each other the truth, so it don't really matter. We all cool. Yeah. But yeah, nah. Yeah. Nope. Yeah. My mom and my girl. That's it. Yeah, my mom and my girl.
Yeah.
Nothing else really matters.
I mean, I get that. And I do on the kid side too, because like, when it comes down to it, not my responsibility. Yes, I don't want my kids to hurt or to feel pain or any of that kind of stuff. But the reality is they're gonna. Yeah. And it's also not my job to it's not my job to make them feel good. It's my job to teach them.
Yeah. Straight up. They're gonna have their own lives, yo. Yeah. I told my wife all the time, like, I don't give a damn about like when it comes to like I'm not gonna do the whole the baby's gonna get between it. Like, no, the baby's nothing's getting between us because that's mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're mine. Like, baby's gonna grow up and go get their own. Yeah. And go do things. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we us. Yeah. We're us, like, till we die.
And I think do you think mothers and wives struggle with that more than fathers and husbands?
No, I don't think they struggle with it. I just think they don't buy into it.
Oh, you're talking about that belief that...
Yeah, no.
Well, here's the way I look at it.
I think moms will always have that attachment to the form of that left their form. You know what I mean? Like it was literally a piece that came out of their body. You know what I mean? Yeah. They feel like, even though we grew that shit inside them, they're like, it grew inside me though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and that attachment's real as shit. So you can't really deny it. Like,
no, I don't
can't
deny it.
But yeah, no.
Here's
I don't think we'll ever beat that, because it's like literal and physical. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think we'll ever really beat that in their minds.
Yeah.
But we should.
We should.
Yeah.
Well, and here's my argument. It's like,
but they're here after us in most times.
You talk about the kids or the wives?
The wives and the kids. And the kids, and the wives.
Yeah, wives generally will outlive their husbands just based on biology and statistics or whatever. Yeah, I get that. But like,
which is fucked up, right? So it's like, I'm supposed to work my whole life. Supposed to give you all the things you need my whole life. Supposed to like take care of all y'all my whole life till I die, and then y'all just hold all my shit when I'm gone. Straight up, well, that's what it is. Like, y'all just and then you move on, and then she moves on, and then y'all just go out and have y'all lives. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just in the dirt.
Hey, bro, so I was reading this. I was listening to this ebook. God, I gotta remember his name. But he's actually
You got to do your research, man. Like, I'm for real. This is like the third thing you brought up, and you were like, I just don't know.
I know.
Was that even the right movie that you referenced earlier? You don't even know.
Oh, where I was talking about.
You don't even remember the name of the movie.
No, I don't. Jesus. I'm gonna look it up.
Horrible.
I know. Now this ebook though, or this audiobook is in my Audible playlist. I love Audible, dude. Love it. Actually, I picked up this new thing. It's called Story Shots. And it's like it gives you like the meat and potatoes of the book without all the fluff.
Really?
So it's like a meat and potato synopsis of the book. So if it's like a 6-hour, 8-hour audiobook, it breaks this thing down into like an hour. So you can consume like the most important points of a book. Not to say that really gives you everything that the book has to offer, but I mean, like, it gives you a fair bit of it without having to, listen to all the extra shit that goes along with it. No, it's so this one is called The Myth of Male Power, and it's by Dr. Warren Farrell. Right? And basically what he talks about, so Dr. Warren Farrell, a little bit of background story. Dr. Warren Farrell, he is a psychologist, and he is actually the only male that has ever been voted to the board, the New York Board of like Women's Advancement or something like that. It's basically a feminist organization that's pro feminism, right?
Yeah.
And he used to be real big in the feminist movement, and then when the feminist movement shifted from being all about just pro advancement of women to like the advancement of women based on the suffering of men, to where it kind of has moved to in many instances today, he shifted because it's not a zero-sum game, right? And that's kind of ultimately what his point is. But he's been trying to point out that, and what happened, the turning point for him was he lost his brother. His older brother was on a date with a girl, fiance, I think, and they were going rock climbing or something or other, and the brother went to go, like, there was this sketchy part of the area that they were climbing, and the brother went to go investigate, and he ended up being the one to fall and die. Right. And he started doing all this research about like the intergender dynamics and the power struggle between men and women, and how essentially what it comes down to is that for all of documented history, men have been the disposable sex. We are sent to die. We work the most dangerous professions for the least amount of money. And this is just statistics speaking and history speaking, but men are the disposable sex. We go out in the world to earn and provide so that the women and children in our lives can essentially use that income to create their own lives outside of us when we die. So I don't know, man. It's a good book. Like, that's a very, very crude and rudimentary synopsis of the subject. But, essentially what he's getting at is like everybody in society seems to think that like we have this big patriarchy and it's all about the oppression of women and this, that, and the other. So if that's the case, then why do men commit suicide at higher rates? Why do men die earlier? Why do men die faster? Why do men have to take the most dangerous and the most harmful positions? Why are men the only ones that are sent readily out to die for? Like, men are required to register for the selective service to be drafted. Women are not. So if men have all this power, then why are they the ones that are essentially the disposable sex?
Man, we all just get shitted on, bro. We get shitted on the way we get shitted on. They get shitted on the way they get shitted on.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, well, not attacking the point, but like, I'm acknowledging the book, but I just mean like in addressing this, like, man, everybody's stupid, bro.
Yeah,
I always go back to it. Like, that's my go-to saying. Is just people are stupid, and I get over whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever dumb thing I've seen in my day or whatever. You know what I mean, I'll just be like, people are stupid and get over it. Like, straight up, just like, yes, everything, all of that stuff is true, right?
Yeah.
But man, at the end of the day, everybody's just got problems, yo. Like, you got a problem with something, somebody else has a problem with something.
We all have our own shit.
Yeah, everybody's got their own shit, and everybody's just fucking whining at the end of the day, yo.
Yeah.
But we all still fucking work for a living.
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, like, let's just be real. Like, we're dumb, yo. We're dumb. I mean, like, I wish we could work together. And if you, I mean, like, let's take a psychosomatic look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know which way I want to go with this. From relationship wise, or should I go like just actual like grand scale thinking of I guess suffering, right? I mean, like,
sure.
Let's just say from the beginning of time, right?
Yeah.
Before there was any people.
Yeah.
It's animals suffering, right? And then we came along and then we started making them suffer. And then they probably made us suffer. And then we found a way to make them suffer more until we dominated the whole planet, right?
Yeah.
And then we started dominating each other.
Yeah.
Like, and then suffering started. Like, I bet somewhere along the way, it was like one nice person that set it off for real. Like, it was one nice person that just did something for somebody for no reason that fucked up the world. For real. Like, that's my real life guess. That there was one nice person that did something nice for some because it sparked convenience. It sparked, I don't have to do that for myself. I guarantee that shit. It was just one fucking nice person. Like, it was just one nice person that sparked convenience or something, yo, for real. And then the rest of the world suffered because of it.
It was Adam.
Like,
he
straight
gave
up
his ribs for Eve.
I don't know, bro.
No, I'm just fucking around.
Women would kill you for saying that.
Oh, I know. I'm just, but that's, I said it because like I was being very, very, very facetious with that. I just thought it was funny, but
I mean, like, and then hey, from that first person, all of that suffering started. I'm gonna just say, like, legitimately, and then we have a timeline of what we have of known history, right?
Hey.
And then myths and shit. But all of it is just convenience at somebody's inconvenience, and that causes suffering.
Right.
Straight up.
It's
like, y'all went through some shit, and then you say this shit is wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it's wrong. Cool, it's wrong. Now we know it's wrong. We won't do it no more. Yeah, but you got to pay for that.
Yeah.
All right. Like, everyone is paying for something to someone and getting paid by someone for something.
Or something.
That's it. It's a giant waste of fucking time.
I kind of see that.
Yes.
Yeah, and I kind of see that.
People are stupid. We're all stupid.
We are.
Like,
well, all right.
What else is important, bro? Because it's getting late.
What's that?
I said, what else is important?
Nah, man. Shit, we can wrap it, dude. Obviously we're gonna chop it up some more. Kareem's gonna be back on here. Plenty more in the here in the near future.
Hell yeah. You'll hear me around. I mean,
oh yeah.
Maybe see me. I don't know. We'll see how this works.
Yeah. We keep talking about doing live streams or something, but we'll see what we can do. But y'all, thanks for joining us on this episode. Kareem, thanks for coming by and chopping it up.
This is how we say bye to the people.
Yeah, man.
Bye, people.
Bye, people.
All right,
is that how you? What do you mean?
That's how I do it, man.
All right.
You let me know. You're recording.
Yeah, no, all good. I just close it out. Just be like, hey, man, catch us on the next episode. Hey,
we're gonna work on this. We're gonna work on this. By the way, people.
This people?
Yeah, no. I mean, no, people. I was telling the people we're gonna work on this.
Oh, on our flow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, okay. We'll work
and on the exit. Yeah.
All right.
And that intro was crazy.
Yeah, the intro was crazy. I told you beforehand. Don't fucking laugh.
I didn't laugh.
You didn't laugh. That's true.
I will critique.
That's fun. That's fine. Hey, man, right. I'm all for constant improvement.
Word. So. Been fun, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's a good first time.
It's a good first time.
All right, man. Pop my cherry.
All right, man. Welcome to podcasting.
Welcome to the other side, right?
Yeah, brother.
All right.
All right. We'll catch you guys on the next episode. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the Existential Man podcast. We hope you enjoyed our topics today and you gained something from the episode. If you like what you've heard, we hope that you'll consider subscribing to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever else you consume your podcast content. You can also subscribe to our website at existentialman.com and follow us on social media for more content. Your support and feedback are essential to making this podcast successful. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions for future episodes, please let us know. Thank you for being part of the Existential Man podcast community. And until next time, stay hungry, keep working, and take care.